Happy Friday, everyone. Back with another live workout. I know this one was a little bit impromptu. I didn't put the countdown on like I normally do, but we're here and we're doing a steel mace workout. Now, this is a pretty special piece of equipment. I know not everybody has access to these, but what I'll do as I'm working with the steel mace, a lot of the movements you'll do, you can do it either body weight and or, kind of modify using a dumbbell. So I'll try to talk that out, but I want to do some stuff that shows kind of some of the, I would say, unique benefits of the steel mace. But before we do that, I got to stretch. Hopefully I can warm up. Hopefully you guys got to do the same. So what I'm going to do is start with my world's greatest stretch. All right, 5 of these each side. And I know we always debate, is this the world's greatest stretch? I don't know. I get a lot of pushback from clients that I tell, hey, hit the world's greatest stretch. They frequently tell me they don't think it's the world's greatest stretch. So I guess it's subjective, Hits a lot of the areas. So I don't know if that would be multiple areas at once between stretching and mobility, different joints and muscle groups. But I don't know if it's fair to call it the world's greatest stretch. All right, little up dog child pose for me. Next, 5, 6 second hold. Lower and back, my lower back, excuse me, is giving me some issues, so I am stretching that out specifically. Make sure I got my audio on, folks. Sorry. Okay, so audio is on. Just making sure. I can't tell it. I can't hear myself. I'm just like, all right, back to child pose. This is kind of one of my go-to. I know this is like more of a active or dynamic stretching where we're really kind of moving in between different moves, kind of linking them together. Now I'll hit the down dog with my calf stretch, like heel raises. All right, so there. Hit that down dog, and start lifting those heels, stretching those calves. Getting some foot dexterity work in. Alright, a little open look. Looking at thoracic spine, but this is a good one. When I have an arm circle in. Kind of warming up my lower back too. Once again, just adding a little bit of lower back tightness. I've been working that area a lot this week, trying to strengthen the lower back. So it's kind of feeling it, I should say. One more, and we'll switch sides. I did get my walk in, so I got a little warm-up walk in today. I've been pretty good, getting anywhere about a mile and quarter walk in. The weather is finally breaking a little bit. We had a great morning today here in Central Florida, so it's starting to get that time of year where it's actually pleasant to be outside. This side is much tighter than the other as I feel it. Less range of motion right here. When on the other side, get my shoulder blade down. This one is not happening. Alright, stand up. Do a little floor sweeps. Alright. I'll do this one. Alright. A little hammy or thoracic rotation as I do the hammy stretch. One more. Okay, back up, go the other way. Other leg in front. Hold on a sec. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of jumping jacks. Alright. Shoulder car, neck car, and then we'll go, right? Looking at specifically, focusing on one joint. Just the shoulder. Alright, try not to incorporate anything by turning my body like so. Alright, boom, get that rotation. And rotation, internal and external. Alright, to the other side. Like backstroke and freestyle in the pool. Woo! We're getting cracking. One more. Alright, we'll hit the neck car and we'll go. I got to demo the exercises. I know I went right into the stretch. It's okay. I'll demo the exercises before we get started. One more each way. Chin to chest. Left collarbone. Try to roll that ear to the sky, chin to the sky. Chin to the collarbone. One more. Alright, so steel mace. As I mentioned, pretty unique piece of equipment. In reality, it's kind of like a kettlebell with a long handle attached to it, right? So as you can see, this handle is probably about 3.5 feet long. And obviously, the further you get away from the weight, the more unstable it is, so the more stable you have to be, right? So that's kind of the benefit of this, right? Really, the more you keep your weight around the center of a mass, the more challenging it's going to be, and then especially if you go up here, even more challenging, right? So that's one of the benefits of the mace. There's a lot of specific movements we can do. One I'm going to show you today is the 360, or the swing, steel mace swing. Now, for this one, there's some variation you could probably do with a kettlebell, like a halo, if anybody's familiar with that movement. Some similar, especially a movement pattern, but the weight distribution is definitely different with the mace. It makes it unique, okay? Alright, so I'm going to make sure I'm right here. So we're going to do a couple stuff that you can probably do with some other ones. First one we do is a climber squat. Climb down, climb up. Further my hands are away, more challenging for my core, okay? So we got our climber squat. We're going to do a staggered hinge to row. Side the globe is on. The round part is called the globe. I'm going to do a hinge. Better than that. Hinge. Row to my chest, back up. Single leg in, row, back up. And do 5 of those each leg. I'm going to talk about adding resistance with ripping and crushing the mace. I'll tell you that in a minute. I'm going to do a reverse lunge to forward lunge, or a hunter's uppercut we call it. Alright? Once again, this is a lunge series, so you can probably do it lunge body weight. You can probably use a dumbbell if you wanted to kind of throw the weights up. That's what we're going to do. Reverse lunge to uppercut, or forward lunge with the uppercut. And then finally, we're going to do a little plank, or do the 360, okay? So the 360, which makes it unique, and it's been a little while, I'm just going to want anything overhead. We're going to wrap it around our head, essentially, okay? Drop it behind the neck. Wrap it behind the head. Okay? We're going to go 5 one way, and this is my good side. Okay, we'll see, I haven't done this one in a while, but see if I can go. It's a little sloppy, I'm coming around the head. There we go, that's better. Okay? 5 and 5 again. Alright? So, let's get started. I'm actually going to start my timer. We've got the climber squat, 5. We've got single leg hinge to row, body side. We've got the hunter's uppercut, or sorry, rotational reverse lunge to lateral, or reverse lunge to forward lunge for the uppercut. And then we've got the steel mace swing, or 360. Okay? Here we go. This is probably one of my least favorite movement. My clients, I have my clients do, I should say, probably the way I should put it. They do not like that one. I think that was 4 or 5. That's okay. Like that one, like I was saying, further away from your center of mass, more core recruitment. You'll really feel your core turn on. All right. So we're going to start with my hand next to the glove, the side the glove is on. I hinge. I try to maintain balance. I pull to my chest. I push to the ground. Good. Now, when I get into this push and pull, I'm going to add tension. So as I pull it to my chest, I pull the mace apart. When I push to the ground, I crush the mace together, adding tension. One more. This side. Okay, let's switch sides. Okay. You see, this is actually not my good leg, so this is going to be a tough one for me. All right. Weird. I'm right-handed, but my left leg, when it comes to balance, definitely my better leg. Woo! One more. This is really a dynamic balance exercise. I get a little hamstring, a little when I do the rip and crush. One more. All right, I get a little bit of work there, but really, that is a dynamic balance exercise. This is a leg burner is what this one is. Switch sides. Show you from a little angle. One more. Alright. Still make swing. I gotta go the other way. All right. Yeah, a little tough going this side. Shoulder mobility in the left side is a little, probably not nearly as much as the right shoulder. But I like it. I know, as I mentioned, steel mace is pretty unique. Not everybody's got steel mace, but it's a great piece of exercise equipment and so many movements you can do with it. You know, on our YouTube channel we have a steel mace playlist, so it shows kind of highlights some of the movements you can do, and it's another great tool, resistance training tool in my opinion. And like I was talking about, the idea of ripping and crushing the mace, right? So ripping it, I pull it apart, feel that tension through my chest, crush it, feel that tension through my chest, all right? So adding that rip crush, along with the weight, kind of kicks up the intensity of the exercise, all right? All right, I'm going to give myself a couple more seconds, go back to the climber squats. So we got climber squat. We got the single leg hinge, or RDL, to row, rip crush row. We've got the reverse lunge to forward lunge. So it's a rotational reverse lunge to a forward lunge uppercut. And then finally is the 360, the mace 360. All right, let's go back, round two. I love this movement. Not only is it working my core, but I feel it really can help you with your squat form. Because that forces you, especially those arms extended, climbing up and down, really forces you to turn that core on, which is super important for your squat. All right, let's go hinge to row. All right, I'm gonna start my right leg, just because it's not my good leg, right? Should have just been 5 rip crush rows from the hinge, instead of trying to do it hinge every time. Making it hard on myself. One more. That was a pretty efficient round. So much more comfort on this leg. And it really feels for me, I want to start from my foot. I need to start doing some more like single leg hops or something on my right leg. It's funny, I've been talking about it lately with clients. When I was doing, training kickboxing, our go-to warm-up, our go-to warm-up was jump rope. And in my opinion, jump rope is a great, probably one of the best movements if you're trying to look for foot strength, footwork, improve your whether it be foot dexterity or footwork. I think the jump rope is it. It's the best. I mean, I'm probably biased because I used to do it a ton, but man, I can't think of anything better. I mean, obviously, we talked about skips. We talked about the skips. I'm going to go with this hand, off hand first. Feel a little better, get a little wide. Got to bring that elbow back in front of my face. Yeah, there we go. Bring my elbows across my face. There we go. 2 more. Last one. Yeah, I can feel when I go around that left side, I drop it. I don't bring my elbow across my face enough. Anyways, sorry. Jump rope. I mean, for foot dexterity, foot strength, I think it's the best exercise, in my opinion. You're going to do like tiny little hops. If you build up your ability in cardiorespiratory and your skill with a jump rope, and it takes skill, it takes practice. I mean, you're jumping at least hopping twice every second, at minimum, I would say, probably more, probably 3 times every second. So I mean, you're doing that 180 jumps per minute. I mean, that's a 90 on each foot. You're bouncing back and forth, right? And sometimes you can just stay on one leg. You can stay on 2 feet at the same time. It's just like, it's so good for your footwork. I mean, I've talked to people, and I mean, there's a reason why boxers, kickboxers, that's their go-to warm-up, because footwork is so huge. It is so huge in boxing and kickboxing. So, when I first started training kickboxing, I couldn't jump rope. I was doing the terrible, get caught, like that. That's what I looked like. And then I practiced, and then I was able to get back in the rhythm, right? Swing the rope, get in tune with the rope, run, 1 foot, other foot, cycle, right? Double unders. So it is, I know I'm biased because I did it a ton. I don't know, but I have a little bit of insight because I also know a lot of other exercises too. And I don't think anything, in my opinion, it is better for foot dexterity, foot strength, footwork, not coordination, but just being explosive and all that stuff that is needed for athletes, especially, than jump rope, in my opinion. All right, we got one more to do. Okay, here we go. Let's go to 10 for the climber. Why not? I'll go to 10 for you guys. I'll do a big set. I'll make the third one, the last one, but do double the work. How about that? How about that for y'all? Obviously, you don't have to do that with any one of these live workouts. Modify to match your fitness level. Okay? So as you guys imagine, you don't have your steel mace. Grab something, maybe a small dumbbell, push it out. Do a squat to press out, right? Or hold it out as you do your squat, kind of like I'm holding the mace. All right. Hinge your rope. Okay, so this way I'm going to modify it. I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to move it. I'm offset. So the weight is a little bit unstable. I have to make it more stable. All right? I started with my left foot. I'm rowing to right about my sternum. All right? Row. Press down. I'm going to do 8. That's 5. One more. It is awkward. I'm trying to move the mace level to the ground, right? As I rip and crush it, right? I'm trying not to go as I do that. I'm trying to keep it level. And it makes it challenging. All right, now I should have did my bad leg first. Oh well. Here we go. That is a challenge, especially on my non-good leg. Alright. I'm going to start scooting back a little bit. I know I'm concentrating on this one, folks. One more, and we'll go on the upper cup. Come on, baby. Come on. All right, let's get that uppercut going. Oh, man. My legs are feeling it now. Good 8. Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Come on, 3 more. All right, bring my elbow in front of the face. There we go. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 3 more. 6, 7, 8. All right. Stabilize my body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that's it for today. If you're curious, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, 10-pound mace. You get a lot done with a 10-pound mace. Whew. Hopefully you enjoyed that live workout. Let us know. If you don't, we're going to put it on our feed today. It'll be up there for next week. Then it goes to our YouTube channel. So if you missed any of the past live workouts, head to the YouTube channel. They're all up there. All right. See you next week.